When men chase women, it's easy for them to get caught. It can be hard to find love, and sometimes you feel like giving up. But what if I told you there was a better way to approach relationships? If you could be happy and comfortable without trying to win someone's love, would you? This search for understanding brings us to Stoicism, a theory that can help you stay calm, see things more clearly, and build relationships based on respect. Stoicism and ancient Greek thought give us a way to live our lives. It is based on reason, virtue, and self-control, and it has passed the test of time because it can be used in many areas of life, including relationships. We will talk about how the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic thinkers, can make you change how you treat women in this video. Love and the search for happiness. So that you can understand why chasing women might not be the best idea, let's start by looking at the psychology behind it. A lot of men feel like they have to chase women because of social pressures, their natural instincts, or their own insecurities. Society often admires the relentless hunter who never gives up on the person they want to be with. This admiration can make men feel like they have to prove themselves all the time by showing lots of love. Stoicism teaches us to stop, take a deep breath, and think about the results of our actions when we are being pursued or even manipulated. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, had a lot to say about desire and pursuit. In his meditations, he wrote, "Do not hate death. Welcome it, for nature wills it like all other things." This could be seen as a reminder that when we're pursuing women, we should let things happen as they will and not try to change them. Desperation and relentless pursuit often have unintended effects, such as low self-esteem, strained relationships, and unmet wants. The Stoic road to happiness. In Stoicism, the ultimate goal is not to chase after external things like women, but to build inner strength and resilience. By focusing on what we can control, we can be happy and content no matter what happens in the outside world. This way of thinking tells us to stop trying to change other people or our surroundings and instead work on changing ourselves. One of the greatest Stoics of all time, Marcus Aurelius, gives us great advice on how to change ourselves. He tells us not to waste time fighting about what a good man should be like in relationships. For us, this means becoming the best versions of ourselves instead of trying to make someone else into our dream partner. It also means chasing women instead of men. Focus on getting better. Building up your character and turning into a man of honor and honesty. Stoicism puts a lot of weight on living a good life that follows reason and morals, especially when it comes to relationships. It is said by Marcus Aurelius that the happiness of your life rests on the quality of your thoughts. This is especially true when it comes to relationships instead of chasing women. You should try to develop virtues like knowledge, justice, courage, and self-discipline. These virtues will not only make you a better person, but they will also make you more attractive to possible partners. Instead of chasing women, let them be drawn to you. Developing self-control is an important part of living a good life. One of the main ideas behind Stoicism is that you should be able to control your own feelings and desires. If you want to live a Stoic life, you shouldn't chase women out of need or quick satisfaction. Aristotle wrote, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events." Understanding this will help you become stronger in relationships. It means realizing that you can manage your own feelings and reactions even if other people's actions or feelings are out of your control. By practicing self-control, you can stay calm and emotionally stable, which is very important in any relationship. Being aware of autonomy. When you're chasing women, you often don't care about their needs or wants because you're focused on your own. Stoics, on the other hand, teach us to accept other people's freedom and uniqueness through their meditations. He writes, "Everything is right for me, which is right for you, O universe. Nothing is too early or too late for me, and everything comes at the right time for you." This insight reminds us that we are part of a bigger cosmic order, and our wants should match that order. Instead of chasing women, we should accept their choices and boundaries. How to be patient when women are your goal. Not being able to wait can be a big problem. People who want instant gratification often act and make choices without giving them much thought. Stoicism encourages people to be patient and reminds us that some things are worth waiting for. As Marcus Aurelius said, the key is to spend time with people who make you feel good and bring out your best. Bigger over time as you wait for the other person to suddenly see things your way, or sacrificing your own beliefs in the name of unity is a sure way to be disappointed. It's important to realize that if your core values and priorities aren't aligned, the chances of having a harmonious relationship are low. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthwhile goal in life. In relationships, this means ignoring things we can't change about other people's feelings, beliefs, or priorities. Instead, we can choose partners whose paths and destinations match our own. By focusing on what matches our own values and what we can control about who we share our journey with, we can move closer to harmony and freedom in our relationships. Number 4. They can hear, but not listen. Do you feel like you're always making changes while they stand firm? Is it hard for you to be heard and for your point of view to be understood? As sunlight is necessary for a flower to grow, communication is necessary for a relationship to thrive. It's not enough to just talk and listen. You have to really see each other with your heart, not just your eyes. You have to be able to sense your partner's feelings and understand their silences as well. In addition to what they say, both partners should actually do things that show they want to keep the bond between them strong. In any relationship, there will be arguments, but they shouldn't be the responsibility of just one person to settle. It takes teamwork. Work together to guide the ship through rough seas. If it seems impossible to get both of you on the same page, you may be facing an emotional wall. Ignoring problems in the hopes that they'll go away on their own is like putting a bandage over an infection instead of fixing it. It only works for a short time and doesn't fix the real problem. If you want your relationship to truly thrive and last, your partner needs to not only recognize your needs, but also actively work to meet them. Stoic philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli once said that the only way to be truly happy is to enjoy the present without worrying about the future. To put this idea into practice, it means finding joy in the shared journey of a relationship, working together in the present to solve problems and understand each other's needs instead of dwelling on what could have been or what should have been. This way, both partners can create a balanced and fulfilling relationship. Number 5. Your gut feeling. What does your gut tell you about this person? Do you often feel uneasy, like something isn't quite right? In relationships, the moment we start to question the nature of our connection with another person is a clear sign that something is wrong. We can't ignore this unease, this nagging feeling that something is amiss. You may have dreamed of a future with each other. Picture the sparkle of a diamond ring, or imagine how elegant a wedding dress is, but when you really think about being with them, there's a pause. That makes your heart feel bad. Your feelings are muted by a feeling that makes you feel uneasy, inkling that things aren't going as planned. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. If you understand this, you will be strong." This wise saying reminds us that even though we can't control every part of our relationships, we can listen to our inner voice and find the truth within ourselves. If our inner voice tells us to be careful or feel uneasy, we can do so. If you pay attention to these inner signals and have the courage to follow them, you will be truly wise. By doing so, you will honor your path to a life of authenticity and inner peace. Number 6. They are fond of you statements. Every time we're running late, it seems to fall on your shoulders. It's like you don't think about how I'm feeling. Does it sound familiar that your partner is quick to point fingers? It's pretty normal for couples to get stuck in a cycle of finding faults with each other. But let's think about whether this kind of pointing the finger is helpful or harmful. People can feel hurt and pushed away by this behavior, especially when even small mistakes are used to make abrupt judgments. John Gottman, a psychologist who has studied partners for over 40 years, says that people are always ready to blame you for even the smallest problems without listening to what you have to say. Critiquing and attacking the other person's motives all the time can quickly throw a relationship off track. Also, daily doses of disdain, like snide comments, can get in the way of the harmonious life partners want for themselves in the face of such problems. Stoicism is a way of thinking that can help you stay strong. Stoicism tells us to think about our own actions and reactions instead of other people's actions or criticisms. If you think about it, Marcus Aurelius once said, "Each partner should do things that show they want to keep the bond." Every day, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for. This can help you be happy with yourself and lessen the need to chase after other things. Fifth, when you're with women, always accept their choices and autonomy. Instead of trying to change someone's mind or make them do what you want, it's important to remember that everyone has their own goals and ways in life. Please protect their privacy. If someone isn't interested, please move on politely and without anger. 6. Reframe rejection. As we already talked about, rejection is a part of life and doesn't define your worth. When you face rejection, keep a calm mind and see it as a chance to grow. Take it as a chance to get stronger and more in control of yourself. Rejection doesn't say anything about who you are or how valuable you are. It's just a situation that can help you learn and get better. 7th, make relationships that matter. Instead of going after women, focus on making real relationships with people. Approach every conversation with respect and honesty. Be real and show interest in the person you're talking to. Building a strong base on mutual respect and understanding will help relationships last longer and be more fulfilling. Number 8, let go of approval from other people. Stoicism tells us that it's better to find approval within ourselves than to look for it outside of ourselves. Get rid of the need for attention or praise all the time. Build your inner strength and self-sufficiency so you don't have to look for approval from other people or connections. 9. Learn to control your emotions. Learn to handle your feelings and behaviors with more control. Stoicism stresses the value of staying calm and logical, even when things are hard. For example, in relationships, controlling your emotions will help you get through tough situations. Dynamics with honor and grace. Number 10. Look for good love. Adopt the Stoic idea of virtuous love. This means focusing on love that comes from knowledge, peace, bravery, and self-control. Instead of seeking fleeting love, make it your goal to build a love that is based on respect, kindness, and morals. Enjoys taking a serious look at long-term relationships. As we've talked about how Stoicism can help you stop chasing women and take a more balanced approach to dating, it's also important to think about how these teachings can affect long-term relationships. After all, sticking to the same Stoic principles we've talked about so far is key to lasting relationships. Accept honor in Stoicism. Being good at being good is at the heart of having a good life. To use this in long-term relationships, make sure that what you do and what you decide the goal is to be a good partner and to find someone else who is also good. You can do this by following knowledge, justice, courage, and self-discipline. Number 2, stay in control of yourself. Self-control is important not only when you're looking for a woman, but also during a long-term relationship. You need to be able to handle your feelings, especially during arguments and problems. Being calm teaches you to step back, think about what's going on, and react with self-control instead of anger. Number 3, be patient, because long-term relationships always come with problems and challenges. Stoicism stresses the importance of patience as a virtue. You have to be okay with the fact that things won't always go your way, and that some problems may take time to solve. Patience helps you get through rough times and enjoy how your relationship grows. Number 4. Respect autonomy in the same way that you respect the autonomy of women in relationships. In a long-term partnership, respect your partner's autonomy and uniqueness. Respecting and supporting each other's decisions and life paths is a key part of a healthy relationship. 5. In long-term relationships, rejection can come in many forms, such as disagreements, changes in feelings, or new views. It's important to know how to handle it politely. As a pair or as an individual, Stoicism tells you to deal with rejection or setbacks with grace and see them as chances to grow and get better. Grow meaningful connections with each other. As your friendship grows, keep building on these connections. A good long-term relationship is built on open and honest communication, shared values, and mutual respect. You should try to have a relationship that stays real and satisfying over time. Number 7. Find happiness inside. Stoicism says that true contentment comes from within, no matter what is going on around you. If you're in a long-term relationship, this means you shouldn't depend on your partner to make you happy or fulfill you all the time. Instead, work on being content yourself and share that peace with your partner. Number 8. Keep your freedom from ties. When two people are in a long-term relationship, they may become too attached, which is bad for both of them. Stoicism says that even if you are truly in love with someone, you should keep your freedom from attachment to outside factors. This freedom lets you love your partner without relying on them to make you happy. Number 9. In a long-term partnership, accept Stoic love. Stoicism tells you to do something we could call stern love, selflessness, understanding, and a dedication to your partner's well-being are all signs of this kind of love. It goes beyond desire and seeks the betterment of both people. Number 10. Keep emotional control. You can still keep your feelings in check. In a long-term relationship, the long haul will test your mental stability, even if the beginning stages are full of passion. Stoicism gives you the tools to stay calm and logical even when things in your relationships are complicated. The Stoic concepts you've learned are a great way to stay in a fulfilling, respectful, and long-lasting relationship as you go through long-term relationships. Marcus Aurelius's teachings stress the importance of virtues like self-control, patience, respect, and emotional stability. Apply these Stoic ideas to your daily life to build a relationship based on mutual growth, respect, and a deep connection. By doing this, you'll not only avoid chasing after fleeting desires, but you'll also create a relationship that brings you lasting happiness and contentment. Take the Stoic approach to love and relationships, and remember Marcus Aurelius's wise words: "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." By following these Stoic teachings, you can build a long-lasting, fulfilling relationship where you both find happiness within and share it with your partner.